Manny Pacquiao at the age of 40, 41, 42, still fighting for glory. Blessed love and blessed day, boxing world, boxing nation, fighting world, fighting nation. It's Coach Fire and this is real life boxing. Manny Pacquiao at the age of 40, man. This man is still fighting for glory. Hey, before we get into it, I'm gonna ask you guys to smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified when new content is being uploaded, and you can be notified when we are going live. Hey, Manny Pacquiao, he's still fighting for glory at the age of 40. Now, if you've been following my channel for, a little while, even since Pacquiao's last fight against Broner, because I did a video leading up to that fight, and it said, AB trades in world championship belts for Gucci belts. I've done all types of videos where I'm talking about what fighters are fighting for nowadays and everything that they're fighting for except for glory. Manny Pacquiao is still fighting for glory at the age of 40, and let me explain. Mike Tyson was, probably still is, maybe my favorite fighter of all time that I grew up, watching. I was a big fan of Roy Jones, but Mike Tyson was different, man. There was something different about Mike Tyson. Coming from Brownsville, coming from the slums, being adopted, rough childhood, being adopted. I got many cousins that are adopted and things like that. So Mike Tyson really stuck out to me when I was younger. So Mike Tyson just became my favorite boxer of all time. And I mentioned Mike Tyson because Mike Tyson, coming down the stretch of his career, he was just fighting for money. He stopped fighting for glory a long time ago. I remember Mike Tyson's fights coming up, and people used to say, "What you think about this fight?" And I used to say, "Man, at this point, Iron Mike is just fighting for money." Kevin McBride, Danny Williams, Clifford Etienne, Lennox Lewis. Even when he fought Lennox Lewis, I feel like at that point, he was just fighting for money. You think Mike Tyson was even training for, you really think Mike Tyson was even training for any of those fights? And I mean like in serious training camps. You think he even trained for any of those fights? Some of the cornermen, some of his trainers that he had in some of those fights were like, man, some of those guys may not even have ever had an amateur fight in their lives. You know what I mean? So Mike Tyson stopped fighting for glory long before he stopped fighting. Kevin McBride is the last guy on Mike Tyson's record. I remember I was taking out the trash one morning, and I was trying to race downstairs to get the trash out because I had forgot to taking it out the night before. When I get outside, Kevin McBride was the garbage man. He wasn't the one that was driving, he was the other one. Shout out to Kevin McBride. I mean no disrespect to Kevin McBride by this video. Shout out to Kevin McBride. He's a local guy, and he got to fight Mike Tyson. But so I got outside, and Kevin McBride, this is after, obviously, he fought Mike Tyson, a few years after. This was maybe 3 years ago. I go outside, I'm like, "Oh shit, what's up, champ?" You know what I mean? I hit him up and, just talked to him for a little bit. And, told him keep fighting the fight. Mike Tyson, in his post-fight interview with Kevin McBride, he said, I can't I gotta retire. I can't keep fighting and losing, you know what I mean, to guys of this caliber. And you know, so that was his last fight. But Mike was fighting for the money, still fighting for the money, long before he retired. Long before he retired. So I say that to say this: in Mike Tyson being my favorite boxer of all time and arguably one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. I don't care what anybody says about the end of his record. I don't care what anybody says about his career not being great. I don't care what anybody says that he never beat a world champion. To me, Mike Tyson, to me, no heavyweight in history beats a prime Mike Tyson. That could be another video. We could debate if you want. To me, no heavyweight in the history of boxing beats Mike Tyson in his prime. And I'm going to leave that at that. But let's get back to Manny Pacquiao. Manny says after this fight, yeah, he's going to look at Keith Thurman. He says if Floyd doesn't want to fight, that's okay. There's many top fighters in the welterweight division. Man, you got to love when you hear that. Even if I think that, man, Manny at 40, 41, he really wants to go fight Errol Spence. Well, Errol Spence is a different type of fighter than, you know what I mean, Keith Thurman. But when you really stop and think about it, there's a thought in your head that says, Manny might be able to beat Errol Spence. Freddie Roach said, and I'm going to do another video about this also. Freddie Roach said Errol Spence fought Mikey Garcia in his last fight and couldn't knock out Mikey Garcia. Not only could he not knock him out, he gave him a lot of respect. Mikey's a small guy. Mikey's much smaller than Manny. So, you want us to be worried about that guy? The mind of Manny Pacquiao. He still feels like he is one of the best welterweights in the world, and he still feels like he can actually, sorry about the background noise, he still feels like he can actually compete with these guys, and not just compete with them, he can beat them. When you look at how he's training, you know this guy is still fighting for glory. Maybe he didn't beat Floyd Mayweather, but maybe he still sees that he can be greater than Floyd Mayweather in the eyes of boxing when this is all said and done. Manny's still fighting for glory at 41 years old. He's still fighting for glory. Freddie Roach in the interview, he said by 27, I was shot. I was shot. My body was shot. I couldn't train. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't train, so I retired. Manny's 40, and he's still fighting for glory. I want you guys to tell me what y'all think about this in the comment section. Until then, keep fighting the fight and protect yourself at all times. So if you like this video and you would like to see more great content like this on the channel, go to the PayPal link or the Cash App link in the description and show your appreciation by donating any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. This is Real Life Boxing.